At some point early next year, I may be in a situation, I don't want to say exactly what it is yet, just because it's the kind of thing where stuff can go wrong, so I don't want to say what it is until something is like confirmed or guaranteed. But I may end up in a situation where I am able to make a lot more videos for YouTube than I have been doing.
Wow, well that was ambiguously phrased, wasn't it? I wonder what I could have been talking about. So, as may be apparent from the way I was going about it in the previous video, which was clearly filmed 6 months previously to this one, oh no, longer actually, yeah, peek behind the curtain, that video was filmed in December last year, so yeah, it took me a little while on the edit there, but there is a good reason for that. The reason that took me so long to get to is tied into the thing that I was talking about in that last video, that thing that I really didn't want to say what it was in case something went wrong. But I can happily say nothing went wrong. It was a pretty smooth process, but yes, the big news. It's time to share the big news with all of you. Big thing going on. Big thing to tell you. So, I mean, here it is. Here's what I've been up to, what's been keeping me so busy, and that's that I've been watching One Piece. Yep, great show, great characters. I mean, Luffy, Chopper, all of them, love them all. About halfway through the Wano arc right now. It's just, oh my goodness, it's been life-changing. I jest, of course. I mean, I have been watching One Piece, all of that is true, but there is another reason, a bigger reason, a better reason. The thing that was keeping me occupied for the first half of this year is that I have been moving house. I'm in it right now. This is my own house that I'm in. I've got my own place. And that is the reason that I believe I'll be able to make so many more videos now that everything has all come through and we're out the other end and we've survived that process. Get used to this background. This will be the new place where I film videos. Also begun doing a light rebrand. You know, I feel like I accidentally locked myself into the whole booktuber thing back in 2020 when I did a tier list of every single book I read that year, which was quite a lot of books, I think 25 maybe. Then from there I sort of was just doing book videos and it started to feel a little restrictive. Because this was never meant to be any one specific type of channel. Actually, that's a lie, it was. When I first began it was meant to be a sketch comedy channel, but it very quickly became just a little channel for me to do what I want to do, and that's what I want to do. I want to be free, and I want to get loaded. It's a little Primal Scream reference for you there. And or a reference to the movie The World's End. By the way, super underrated movie. I've said it before, but my god, if you've only seen that movie once and you think it was weak compared to the other two, you have got to rewatch it. That is pegging right at the top of their craft right there. So yeah, also just gonna be keeping it casual, giving a little update to you on other things that I've been doing. The garden was quite overgrown when I moved in, and I didn't get around to tending it for quite a while, so it basically hadn't been tended to all year. I've got some garden equipment now, so I've been going at it. I've been trimming the lawn, I've been mowing the lawn, I've been breaking the law. I felt a little bit like an old-timey sort of explorer cutting my way through the jungle. Or actually, tell you what, here's what I've realized about strimming. A strimmer is quite a heavy tool. In order to help me bear the weight of it, I ended up sort of leaning into my hip with it quite a lot, and I realized the pose I was doing whilst doing that was exactly the same pose as old mate in Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. It feels quite fun to sort of imagine myself as an old-timey gangster when all I'm doing is just making grass shorter than it was. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I'm not going to be doing just book videos anymore, or just music videos, or like being a full-on reviewer. I'm going to go back to an old-school casual vibe where I'm just going to film the videos that I want to make and put them out there, and you'll come along with me on this journey. Be prepared for a wider variety of videos to be popping up on the channel, more just a little smorgasbord of everything. But you know, it'll still be me through it. I'll still be making the same dumb jokes that I've probably made 1,000 times in other videos. I'll still be starting talking about one thing, tangent into another thing, and realize I never finished talking about the first topic, the original point that I was making, and I'll try and fix it in the edit, but you might be able to notice it, but it might be a little clunky. It might be McClunky from Star Wars. Remember that? Remember the whole McClunky thing? Little funny thing happened shortly after I moved in. I got myself a Hoover. Sorry, a vacuum. Hoover is a branded term. But I had to carry it from the store back to my house in a big box. Part of that involved walking past a school, and I was close enough on the other side of the fence that certain classes could see me with the big Henry Hoover. As I was walking past, I could just hear some kid yell out the window,
Hey mate, can I have your Henry Hoover?
I elected to just ignore him and keep walking, but as I was walking away, I could just hear in the distance the mournful cries.
No, please, Henry!
Hey, I've got a new hobby that I don't think I had, or I hadn't talked about at least in the previous video, and that is bouldering. That's right, bouldering. It's the hot new craze, except I don't think it's that new anymore. I think it's been crazed for quite a while. I think we're late to the party on that one, but still, very much enjoy doing that. One of few forms of exercise that I actually enjoy doing. So that's good, because I'm able to, keep myself reasonably healthy. I do often go and have a big burger with my friends afterwards, so there's a balance of to how healthy it is. Do all the exercise, burn all the calories, have a big burger, put them back on, rinse, repeat the next week. There's certain grades of difficulty to the way that they organise the routes that you can do with particular climbs, and I am pretty much at the 5th level. I can do the 5th most difficult ones. Not all of them, but quite a few of them I can get done. And even some of the ones lower down in the grade system, I'd still trim me up sometimes, but overall I'm pretty good at it, I think. I'm no master, I'm no Spider-Man. Oh, well, he wouldn't really be a fair person to judge on bouldering because he can stick to walls, so he's got an unfair advantage. Who can climb things without powers? Slipknot from the movie Suicide Squad. Must have started doing it shortly after the last time I went to Edinburgh Fringe, which was 2 years ago. One of our friends who was with us was already into it, and he sort of got the rest of us all caught up in it, so it's his fault. Speaking of the Edinburgh Fringe, I'll be going up there soon enough for round 2. Had a blast last time we went up there. I'm very much looking forward to getting up there again, seeing all the comedians, having some beers, having a good time. Hopefully, the weather will be nice too. I know it is Edinburgh, so that's a... But last time we were there, it was in the middle of a heat wave, and it was beautiful. Shorts, t-shirts, and sunnies the whole week through, and I'm hoping it'll be that again. As I said, it's Edinburgh, so there's no guarantee, but still, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, reading! As I was editing that video that I just put up, hearing myself talking about books I was reading reignited the passion for reading. I remembered how much I enjoyed reading and talking about it, and it made me really want to get back into that in a big way. So I'm really going to try and force myself to be more active on the reading front and stop just taking a book with me to another room and putting it down and continuing not to read it, because I'm still on that Shadow of the Gods book by John Gwynne. By the way, still really enjoying it. Want to really just push myself to finish that at a fast pace and start getting more books off my reading list knocked down. It actually, oddly enough, reignited my interest in the Wheel of Time. So actually, I might get to Lord of Chaos sooner than even I thought. Maybe I'll tuck back into that particular universe. No guarantee, but it did tickle my mind. It made me remember the things that I liked about the series that made me want to keep reading the whole thing. So we'll see. What I have been reading more consistently is manga. Some of that's going to be cropping up on the reading list too. I've gotten a few series that I've got the full collection for. In the previous video I mentioned Demon Slayer. I'd read the whole thing. I've now got the complete Full Metal Alchemist. I've got the hardback editions of those, which are just gorgeous. In terms of stuff that's like still coming out, I've been keeping up with Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, Kaiju number 8 I'm really enjoying. Particularly that one because that was one that I really took a gamble on. I just saw the first volume on a shelf at W.H. Smith and thought, oh, that looks cool. Oh, it's the 8th volume though. And then I realised I'd made a mistake and it was the first volume. It's just the name of the series is Kaiju number 8. But anyway, yeah, I've been following that from volume 1, keeping up with it, and it's fun to... I think this is the first anime I've come to from being a manga first perspective. Usually I'm the other way around. A basic ass bitch who watches the anime and then jumps in on the manga at the point where the first season of the anime left off. But no, Kaiju number 8, that was the other way around. And the anime just aired. A very fun first season. I do think, in terms of the visuals, the animation quality doesn't quite hold up to the art from the manga. That could just be my bias because I'm coming from a manga first perspective, but there are certain shots that I've seen like a side-by-side for, and it's like, one of these is the dollar store version, and I think you know which one's which. Yes, because I've moved now, because I'm in my own place, another reason that I think I can make more videos is because I'm just not going to be disturbing anyone when I'm, talking about all this stuff. I can talk as loud as I want, I can yell, I can scream, I can sing! I can sing! I won't sing. That was another one of the things that always put me off making videos previously, or rather made me put off making videos. Living with my family, I never liked making videos when other people were in the house, because I always felt self-conscious about it, and I didn't want to disturb anyone. Or sometimes there would be just builders around, and they'd just be like drilling incessantly while I'm trying to talk about Joe Abercrombie's magnum opus, The Wisdom of Crowds. So now that I'm in my own place, I can make as many videos as I want, whenever I want. Well, not whenever I want, I've still got to go to like work, but more frequently than I could in the past. So I'm chuffed about that. That's very exciting. I'm trying to get myself back in a headspace where I'm sort of getting excited about my hobbies, which sounds weird to say. It sounds absolutely daft to say out loud. But no, I've talked about mental health struggles on the channel before, and sometimes I just get in this weird brain fog type headspace where even doing my hobbies, the things that I specifically fill my free time with because they're supposed to evoke joy within me, even they just aren't quite hitting the mark for whatever reason. But I'm trying to shake myself out of that and really let myself be excited for things, let myself enjoy things, let myself embrace joy. So that's going to be a headspace I want to try and really get into. I want to embrace joy this year. It's a little late for a New Year's resolution. It's July, but you know, we can do a halfway through the year sort of resolution redo is not a bad shout. Hey, if you've made a resolution at the start of the year, if it's halfway through the year, go back at it, have a look. Are you happy with that resolution? Did you accomplish it, or was that really something you wanted to do, or do you want to do something else with it? Half-year resolution, yeah, I like that. I just came up with that on the spot. I'm going to be using that from now on. Might put it in my calendar for every year, a half-year resolution. And so mine is embrace joy. And that's me at the end of my coffee. So as tradition dictates, that's the end of the video. If you're new here and you want to stick around to see what I've got on the way, then do feel free to press that subscribe button. If you like this video, like it. And I think all that's left to say is thank you all so much for watching this video. And as always, I will see you in my next one.